A proper community is a commonwealth, a place, a resource, an economy. A proper community answers the needs of its members. Among them is the need for one another. These are the words of Wendell Berry in his book titled Racism and the Economy. Welcome to today's episode of The Eagle, where we highlight the activities of the Efcc and discuss economic and financial crimes matters, how they affect us, and how we can fight them together. On today's program, we will be discussing illegal mining, a threat to Nigeria's Commonwealth. My name is Aisha Mohammed. Welcome to the program.
Hello there. The fight against corruption involves you and I. I will play my part and you will play yours. Join me, Abdurrashid Bawa, Executive Chairman, Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, on the Together Against Corruption Challenge, and lend your voice to the fight against economic and financial crimes always. Thank you.
Before we delve fully into the focus of today's program, let's get updates on some activities of the EFCC in the week. In line with the strategic objective of the Commission's 2021 to 2025 strategic plan, which is to increase public engagement in the fight against economic and financial crimes, the executive chairman of the EFCC, Abdurrashid Bawa, met with a group of social media influencers under the leadership of Mufeto Miracle Shash. Bawa pointed out that there is need to partner and collaborate with all Nigerians in the fight against economic and financial crimes so as to have a better place for our children, including those yet unborn. Amina Kawa has the details of this engagement.
The Executive Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC), Abdurrashid Bawa, has appealed to the public to embrace the whistleblowing policy of the federal government in exposing economic and financial crimes, assuring that the policy is still very much in force and whistleblowers have the opportunity for legitimate earning by exposing economic and financial crimes that led to financial recovery. Bawa made this appeal when he met with a group of social media influencers under the aegis of Mefeta Miracle Charge in his office. The EFCC boss encouraged whistleblowers to make use of the EFCC reporting app, Eagle Eye, which could be downloaded from Google Play Store or App Store, to report economic and financial crimes cases, stressing that the app has an option of reporting either under anonymity or revealing your identity. He explained that the engagement with the social media influencers is in line with one of the strategic objectives of the Commission's 2021 to 2025 strategic plan, which is to increase public engagement in the fight against economic and financial crimes. While noting that the Commission cannot fight financial and economic crimes alone, Bawa appealed to Nigerians to take ownership of the anti-graft campaign, especially the fight against cybercrime.
We came up with a lot of policy documents, policy documents on training, policy documents on health, policy documents on even sexual harassment and bullying policy, all sort of policy documents, and then we cap it all with a strategic plan, an action plan. So look, for now, between from 2021 to 2022, this will be our guiding document on what we need to do with strategic objectives that we want to accomplish. And one of it, the first one there is what? Improve public engagement in the fight against economic. Because if you are not engaging with the people, you have 100 EFCC, it will not solve the problem. You understand? It will not solve the problem. So we need to engage. Nigerians need to take ownership of this thing. It is not about, EFCC has lost maybe a case. These people are. No. It's Nigeria. Because what we are doing is for the country. EFCC has won something. No. It's for the EFCC. No, it's for the country. You understand? Anybody that wishes or pray for any institution of government or for the government to fail, he is praying for his country to fail. You understand what I'm saying? Patriotism, I think, is a situation whereby you follow the people in authority, but in as much as what they are doing is the right course to the grave, and that is what the military has done for. And it is in that regard, of course, that the launching of this thing. You are aware that in August we launch an app. Report financial crimes in 3 easy steps with the eagle eye. You can download it on Android. You can download it on App Store and report crime. What is it? This house belongs to this minister in Banana Island. You know what I'm saying? That is what you take the picture, send to us with the details of what you know. We'll deal with it. Oh, you heard that so thing is happening. Oh, there is 4 9ers in this place. You know what I'm saying? Take the picture, and we'll deal with it. Like that. That is why this thing is there. That does not mean that traditional way of writing complaint will not be accepted.
The group, which was led by the author and human rights activist Richard Akinola, said they have followed very closely the performance of the Bawa-led EFCC and have come to the realization that concerted efforts are needed in the corruption fight. They promised to partner with the Commission in the fight against economic and financial crimes and to always speak out when they see economic and financial crimes being perpetrated. The group also called on all Nigerians to join the EFCC in the corruption fight, as that is the only pathway to a new Nigeria free of corruption. All the members of the church that were part of the visit include Lara Oweyu-Wise, Benga Arulegba, Yomi Oduniga, and Kemas Osuji. Emeka Opara joined from Dubai virtually. Amina Kaua reporting for The Eagle.
It is said that trust is essential in every human relationship, but where trust is abused, it may result to economic and financial crimes. This is the reflection of the next report, where family members breached the trust of a relative and diverted the funds of the relative for their personal gain. Abbas Abubakar Umar is our guide.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) Enugu Zonal Command has returned 11 houses recovered in different parts of Enugu to Chief Arthur Eze. The properties were recovered by the EFCC from the door of Olisa Ebuka Okechukwu Eze and Onyeka Nnadozie Eze, Administration and Finance Manager respectively in Arthur Eze's firm. Olisa Ebuka Okechukwu Eze and Onyeka Nnadozie Eze were accused of criminal breach of trust and diversion of funds belonging to the business mogul. Investigation established that the duo, who are also nephews of Chief Eze, used proceeds of their alleged criminal activities to acquire choice properties in Enugu and other parts of southeastern Nigeria. The Commission, in the course of the investigation, initiated a forfeiture proceedings against the 2 company officials before Justice I.M. Buba of the Federal High Court Enugu, which granted an interim order of forfeiture of the said properties, directing the defendant to show cause why the properties should not be finally forfeited. In the absence of any contrary information, the court on October 18, 2021 ordered that the properties be finally forfeited and returned to the nominal complainant, Chief Arthur Eze. Receiving the properties in Enugu on January 28, 2022, Chief Eze expressed gratitude to the EFCC for ensuring that justice is served. He thanked the executive chairman of the EFCC, Abdurrashid Bawa, and the whole staff of the commission, who fought for justice, knowing how much the staff of the commission risked their lives for this cause. The zonal commander, Oshodi Johnson, who handed the properties to the businessman, commended the investigative and prosecution teams as well as the judiciary for ensuring that justice is served in the cause. Abbas Abubakar Umar reporting for The Eagle.
Well, you will agree with me that this is another faith-restoring moment for the country as the EFCC continuously reinstates and comes to the aid of Nigerians. It is our hope that we all come together, play our part in curbing economic and financial crimes. Next are some conviction reports.
The Kano Zonal Command of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) has secured the conviction of a serial fraudster, Gabriel Chimeze, before Justice M.T.M. Aliyu of the Kaduna State High Court on a 4-count charge of obtaining by false pretense. Chimeze had twice been convicted by the Kaduna State High Court on similar charges and is currently serving a term at the Correctional Center. Chimeze, alongside 2 others, Stephen Olaika and Francis Chukwu, deceased, defrauded the complainant to the tune of 1,475,000 naira on the pretext that they would award him contract to supply solar halogen indicator. The convict and his accomplices were able to convince their victim with the false claim that they knew him from his time at the Ahmadu Bello University Zaria. Upon arraignment, the convict pleaded not guilty, thereby setting the stage of full trial. During the trial, prosecution counsel Musa Isa called for witnesses and tendered several documents that were admitted in evidence. Convinced that the prosecution had proved its case, Justice Aliyu convicted and sentenced Chimeze to 7 years imprisonment on each of the 4 counts without option of fine. The court ordered that the sentence run concurrently. Abbas Abubakar Umar reporting for the Eagle. The Kaduna Zonal Command of the EFCC secured the conviction of one James Ocholi Ogu before Justice M.T.M. Aliyu of the Kaduna State High Court sitting in Kaduna on a 1-count amended charge which bordered on criminal breach of trust. James allegedly diverted to personal use a sum of 2,865,000 naira which he collected from one Henshaw Basi to finance a grains business with the understanding that she will pay him a monthly interest of 109,000 naira in addition to the principal sum. At the hearing today, the prosecution counsel E.K. Garba informed the court of an amended charge pursuant to the defendant's plea bargain negotiation with the prosecution. Consequently, the charge was read to the defendant and he pleaded guilty. Based on his plea, the prosecution counsel Garba prayed the court to convict and sentence the defendant accordingly. Justice Aliyu convicted and sentenced the defendant to 1 year imprisonment with an option of fine of 150,000 naira. The defendant has paid the sum of 1,800,000 naira as restitution to the nominal complainant. Abbas Abubakar Umar reporting for the Eagle.
Thank you for those conviction reports. Now back to our focus for today. Illegal mining, a threat to Nigeria's Commonwealth. When we talk about revenue generation before independence, mining was one sector that took center stage. Nigeria was a major exporter of different kinds of minerals like tin, coal, gold, bitumen, silver, iron ore, and so many others. Mining was a big deal in Nigeria until the discovery of oil in 1956, when oil became the major source of revenue for Nigeria. Mining, however, still goes on in many parts of Nigeria, though illegally. The federal government, by the act setting up the EFCC, also invested the commission with powers to deal with illegal miners. Our interview segment with Ojo Tokutami Eche will x-ray the issues surrounding illegal mining and the place of EFCC in the matter. Over to you, Ojo Tokutami.
Glad to have you join us again on this segment of the program. Now, while trying to make money for yourself through mining, you may fall into the hands of the law, and that could be very, very, very bad. Now, what makes illegal mining illegal mining? That's what makes mining illegal. Now, stay with me as we get answers from our guest today. He is a chief superintendent of the EFCC and head counter-terrorism and general investigations and pension frauds 1. Port Harcourt Zonal Command of the EFCC, Abdulrazak Abubakar Aliyu. Mr. Aliyu, welcome on the program.
Thank you.
when you talk about mining, what are you talking about? What makes mining illegal, especially, I mean, considering the Nigerian setting?
To start with, mining is mining of mineral resources. First of all, what is mineral resources? Mineral resources simply refers to those naturally occurring solid minerals, liquid minerals, or gaseous minerals. They naturally occur in or on earth. So that is mineral resources. I don't need to give examples. You know what mineral resources are. Then mining is that activity of exploring and exploiting that mineral resources. Yes, as you rightly said, mining sector is actually one of the most important sector of the Nigerian economy. Because of its importance, the federal government deemed it fit to set up or establish a ministry, that is the Federal Ministry of Mines and Steel Development. It was established in 1995 during the late General Sani Abacha's regime. The ministry was saddled with that responsibility of formulating policies, providing information and potentials on mining sector, mining industry, and as well as generating income for the government, job creation. The ministry is saddled with that responsibility of formulating policies, providing information and potentials on mining, and providing information on mining potentials and production. And the essence is to encourage the development of that sector so that it will realize that objective of improved revenue generation of the country as well as job creation. That is that. Yes, metal and mineral sector is one of the most important sectors of the economy. It plays a major role in the country's development, particularly when it comes to industrialization drive of the economy. Having said that, that is why the government, through the Ministry of Mines and Steel Development, set up some procedures or guidelines in which to achieve this objective. To make it, just to sanitize that industry, organize it, make it attractive among the sectors of the economy. And first of all, before one should engage in mining, one needs to have a license or permit, or as they call it, mineral title. And that mineral title is of 5 or 6 different types. We have the recognizance permit. That recognizance permit allow you to search for mineral. It gives you that non-exclusive right to search for minerals anywhere in this country. And that recognizance permit lasts for only 1 year, but it is renewable. But you cannot use recognizance permit to start mining minerals in Nigeria. After that recognizance permit, we have what they call exploration license. And that exploration license, it allows a potential miner to explore. That is all activities towards ascertaining the quantity, quality, and the location of minerals, as well as the commercial value of that minerals. And that one too, it is valid for like 3 years and is renewable.
In all of this, what exactly is the EFCC doing to curb illegal mining in Nigeria, of course, apart from the collaboration you talked about?
Yes, investigation and prosecution of offenders. We have cases that are in court, cases that are being prosecuted in courts. So they will be prosecuted. Okay, we have cases of illegal mining in courts presently, and they will be prosecuted. For the illegal miners, my word of advice to them is they should be patriotic citizens. They should stop all these illegalities, and that they should know that crime does not pay. And they should know that EFCC or the law will surely caught them one day.
Illegal mining can lead to violent local conflicts and loss of revenue. It can cause food insecurity, environmental degradation, contamination of the ecosystem, physical and psychological stress, and even death. More so, it is an economic crime, and if caught, the law will not spare perpetrators. So, beware. Before we end the program, the EFCC want to sound this note of caution. Be careful what type of investment scheme you subscribe to. Here are some tips for you to look out to avoid being scammed. 1. High returns with little or no risk. Overly consistent returns. Unregistered investment. Unlicensed sellers. Secretive and complex strategies. Avoid investment if you don't understand them or can't get complete information about them. If there is difficulty in receiving payment or have difficulty cashing out, be suspicious. This is because Ponzi scheme promoters sometimes try to prevent participants from cashing out by offering even higher returns for staying put. Beware. And that concludes our program for the day. We will be back next week, same time, same station. Don't forget to keep a date with us. But before we go, here is a reminder that you can send an email to info@efcc.gov.ng, or you can speak to our officers or representatives on 0809 3322644 and follow us on all our social media platforms at Official EFCC for all matters relating to economic and financial crimes. If you see fraud happening, use the EFCC mobile app, the Eagle Eye. Download the app, follow the steps, and report fraud on the go. You can also take pictures of corrupt practices and upload them. My name is Aisha Muhammad, leaving you with this parting words that says, every crime is a temptation, but the difference between the upright and the corrupt lies in what is done with the temptation. Let's demonstrate uprightness by shunning acts of corruption and economic and financial crimes. Please do the right thing always. Goodbye. God bless Nigeria. Please stay safe, be kind to one another, and have a great day ahead.